Okay, so this is the Big Guy Movie Reviews, and today we are going to talk about The Birth of a Nation, directed by Nate Parker. This is his directorial debut where he directs and stars in it. He plays the lead role of Nat Turner. This is during the time of slavery. Nat Turner is a slave that is educated to be a preacher by his slave masters, and he is used to subdue the rest of the slaves. He reads these Bible verses from the Bible in order to justify slavery, and is used as a tool in order to keep the slaves in control. But when he's reading the Bible, he also realizes that there is just as much verses in the Bible that would justify him and getting the slaves to rise up and rebel against the slave masters and fight for freedom. And that's eventually what happens in the movie. This movie is actually based on a true story and how the slave uprising eventually accumulates to the Civil War. And I have to say, I really did like this movie. Even though it has some controversy within the making of the movie, I've heard, and the fact that this has the same title as a KKK propaganda film, which was made back in 1915. So this is Nate Parker's way of giving new meaning to the words "Birth of a Nation" and saying that he wants to reclaim that title for a different meaning, what it means to black people. I have to say that Nate Parker does a very good job with the direction, and he really does a great job in the lead role as Nat Turner. I really did like his acting in the movie and the direction, the metaphors that he uses in the movie, some of them being metaphors where he's making the lead character be like a Christ figure, and some of that is quite obvious, but I didn't mind that too much because I understood that the Christian religion is how it's being used and why it's being used that way. And Armie Hammer plays the slave master of Nat Turner, and I thought he was very good in the movie too. I really did like him. And you have Jackie Earle Haley playing a slave catcher, and he was really good in the film. And Gabrielle Union plays Nat Turner's love interest, and she was great, and they had very good chemistry in the film. The cinematography of this movie is very good. I really did like the cinematography. The direction was great. The care of history, I don't know much of the story of Nat Turner, but I felt like this movie was doing its best to try to tell the story as accurately as it could. And I really could feel the passion coming from Nate Parker, as I could tell that this was kind of like his passion project, that he really cared about this movie. As far as comparing this to, say, 12 Years a Slave, is this better than 12 Years a Slave? Thinking about it, I have to say no. It is a lot of times almost equal at times, other times it's not. 12 Years a Slave was really good and really well done. But also, with that movie, I really felt the length of the film. It actually sometimes felt like 12 years. Where this movie, I really did like it, and it is long, but at the same time, I felt like the pacing moved much better in this film than in 12 Years a Slave. I do like both films a lot. And as far as which one's superior, it's hard to say. So I'm going to have to give this movie an A-. I really did like this movie a lot. And I definitely think people should check this movie out. It is a really good movie, despite the controversy behind making this film that I've heard. I definitely think people should give this movie a chance. And that's all I gotta say for The Birth of a Nation.